Okay. Okay. Look, Debo Samuel, bro, he looked like the baby. Pow, 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 pow. Okay. I think we're good. We're good.
I'm just incredulous.
Ah, 'tis you.
Hmm?
Speaking of,
Listen!
wait.
Speak no more. So then...
That was an interesting way to convey words. Hmm.
You.
Hmm. Heed my words.
Yeah.
Redanth.
At least there were some fun plays. Could have been worse, I guess. Oh, shit. Bro. This guy is a fascist.
You cur.
Whoops.
What? Tis wrong. Apologies.
Listen.
Listen.
It feels like every Milwaukee game comes down to the last 3 seconds. There's always drama.
The truth is,
You know, I thought Mixon was going to be washed up. I thought he was already too old, but he keeps on grinding it up, man.
That
What now? I'm just all right. Incredulous. Let's head there right away.
Ultra.
Hello. Well. Whoa.
this
Oh.
That would be really annoying if that's a real thing, JS. As a Seahawks fan, I would not appreciate that being true. But it probably is.
My God, I've got it. Thank you. Even so.
For real?
Yeah.
Well,
Huh?
Well. Ah. Rather. Oh. Now then.
He. Now, a new power.
Goodness. Life really is dashed interesting. To the joys of your company, eh?
this one's important.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What should we do?
What now?
You see? I see.
Well met, eh?
All right then. What now? All right then. Let's head there right away.
So I saw the Warriors almost break the hearts of the Clippers. That's most of the basketball I've seen today. I really don't understand how the Warriors have such a good record, though. Like, that team doesn't look like it should be much better than last year.
Where to?
Wonderful.
I'm just...
Hey, listen.
Mm.
All right then. What now? All right then.
Oh, really? Seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen.
What now?
I don't. Where is this guy? I don't get it. I don't like that
Well
game.
met, eh?
Um,
Oi there.
yeah, it doesn't feel like it's gonna last. What's my name? Dunkachino. It's a whole new game. Dunkachino.
Now
Want
what
creamy
am I to-
goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
I'm just
Hey,
incredulous.
listen.
I'm just incredulous.
What now?
Dude,
All right then.
shut up. Beauty.
Wonderful. Gone clammy all over this.
What am I gonna do? Eh?
Grand, innit? Wonderful.
All right then. Let's head there right away.
Oh, okay, it's the Colosseum.
Let's go.
That's right. See this?
Amazing.
Aha.
What?
Ugh.
A fine thing indeed.
Mm. Mm.
All right.
All right then. Let's go.
Hang on.
Nightcrawler anymore.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Let's not.
All right then. Let's go. Welcome. Welcome. Now then. What do you think?
Young man.
What's this?
Greetings. Well then.
Can we talk?
Thank you kindly.
Hey,
Ah, you've come.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
hey, what are you pining for? What are you pining?
Young man.
All right then.
Let's go.
What now? What now?
Okay, you don't. Mellow milk. I don't know if I have that. That's, oh, I do.
What now? Looks like everyone's here.
Now then.
Just a moment.
And right there's a labyrinth.
That
It's for which one? That's where you want to go. It's your call. Let's move.
So that's what it's come to.
Hello there.
Believe
Can't
What say
believe
you?
it.
Pop by.
Think I'll forget this, do ya? All right then. What now?
Visca Alba Tavern.
All right then.
Let's go.
Hey, you.
How grand.
Eh? Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Cheers. Eh?
Hmm.
What are you playing at?
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, God.
Lovely that.
Hmm?
Cheers.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Grand.
What now? All right then.
Let's go.
Soy Jack.
Everyone's here.
Now then.
Hold on.
Let's see. It's your call. Let's move.
If you can, I'll be much obliged.
All right then. All right then. Let's head there right away.
Closure.
I need a lot of blessed water.
What now?
Fishmonger.
All right then.
Let's go. Come to think of it.
Oh there!
I certainly can see it
You
in
there.
Louise.
Can we talk?
You there?
Can we talk?
I certainly can see it being Louise. Say there. Ooh.
Look at that.
Look. Yep.
Uh-huh. All right then.
Oh, I see. Man, I run slow in the frickin' recruitment center.
Come to think of it.
Stays quite fresh.
I see.
Welcome.
Hey, Reggae.
So, hey.
This is coke and sneaking. Yeah. Offensive line still isn't going to get it done, though. It's just not good enough.
Oh there.
Can we talk?
Until we meet.
Hey,
Oh there.
can we talk?
Thanks.
Hey,
Oh there.
can we talk?
Thanks.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
This I cannot fathom.
What are we to do?
Look at that.
What exaltation? Hello there.
sure. Isn't that? Let's see. Yep.
What's up?
Yeah.
Fool.
All right then.
I don't think the Steelers are a Super Bowl contender. But I don't know if that makes them paper tigers. I mean, they're pretty clearly a playoff team, I think.
What'll I do? Welcome.
So I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently Rachel Maddow makes $30 million a year. There's no way they're making money off of her at this point. She only has a show 1 day a week.
What'll I do? Damn. That damned Louise.
What now?
You there? Bye-bye now.
Say there.
What exaltation?
Hold on.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hold on here. Where's this merchant, huh?
Oh there.
Can we talk?
Thanks. Welcome.
Hiya. What do you want? So foolish, it arouses great pity. Our business is done. I do appreciate your assistance. What now? All right then. Go. Right.
Probably not, Austin.
Hey, what do you think? Huh? Oh.
I'm starting to feel like Denver's getting into a groove here, so probably them, but that can fade so quickly.
No.
That is... Ah. Oh. True. Right? Ah. My ideals. Yes. No.
All right, I'm in. You still going?
Yeah, I'm still going.
Yeah. Like I said, I had a bajillion fucking things to do.
No problem.
Good heavens. So how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Wahoo.
Like I said earlier today, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court demanded that they stop counting illegal ballots. And then
Get it?
Okay, I am back.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh shit. They're doing it again. It started again. I just sent it to you.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. Why? Because, first of all, it's hilarious because every single time that you see these, the hands are always fat. But, like, what do you think this accomplishes, dumbass?
He's not in there.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in all places at once.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, folks. He's busy in Mar-a-Lago basically being the president right now. Is like, the fact that foreign heads of state visit the United States and they're going to Mar-a-Lago to visit Trump because of how much they know Biden's a complete fucking joke.
Right.
My god.
Which
And yeah,
is also
the hands...
making people throw a fit about how illegal that should be.
Yeah, which is also hysterical, because I'm old enough to remember when they did the same exact fucking thing, you know. Whatever. What I enjoy is that only one hand in that photo isn't fat.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Very, very fast. And as it turns out, that's the reason that they're so mad, is because RFK is... Oh, man. That's so funny. What a pathetic group of idiots.
Yeah, that's another all-time picture, man. Somehow this year has had like 8 all-time great pictures just in Trump's campaign.
Band-Aid of heaven, bro.
Thank you.
Austin says if you guys had beaten the Cardinals, I'd say maybe, but nope. Bro, if we'd beaten fucking any number of the different people that we had a chance to... The fucking Bills are 9-2 right now, and they just beat the Chiefs and handed the Chiefs their only loss. We lost to the Bills in Buffalo by 3. Like 3 weeks ago. And yeah, you know, we should have won that game against the Cardinals, but we lose on a last-second field goal, whatever. But, like, there's definitely a case of if I had wheels, I'd be a wagon. A ton of fucking crazy shit has happened to us already this season. So any Dolphins fan who's legit like, we can make the playoffs, they're fucking retard and I want them to die. Like, I want to smack these... Yeah, of course 5-5 sounds better than 4-6. You know, 6-4 sounds even better too. We'd be 6-4 right now if it weren't for those the Cardinals game and the Bills game when we should have won both. But whatever, because we go into those games, and without Tua there, and you know, that's why I'm calling this season the Tua Redemption Tour. Because I don't care what the Dolphins do. We're not making the playoffs, and even if we do, we're just going to get obliterated. Who the fuck cares? Like, you don't come back from having lost that many games. You know? You just don't come back. It's too late in the season. So, even if you miraculously make the playoffs somehow, you just get your ass kicked by an actual team. Which is exactly what happened last season.
Come to think of it.
But I call it the Tua redemption arc because people were roasting this guy mercilessly. I was one of them.
Go.
That he was, he was nowhere near as good as his contract and all this other shit. But holy fuck. Way to prove that it doesn't take any swinging dick to be able to succeed with this offense. Because we were so humiliatingly bad with Tua injured.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just because one guy was bad. We had multiple quarterbacks taking a crack at that shit. And neither of them could get anything going. Tyreek Hill went from last season, he was about to break the all-time record for receiving yards in a season, to he's only had one game this year where he's had more than 100 receiving yards. And it was the first game of the season.
Didn't he have like almost 100 yards on one catch in that game? Like
Yeah, he had
like,
he had an 80-some yard touchdown. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only touchdown he had that game, and after that, that's when he did the handcuff celebration.
Yeah.
I am in your debt.
But yeah, like, there's so many different things with the Dolphins where it's like, oh man, all these different things went wrong. So at that point, just be glad Tua's not dead. Like, everyone's saying, well, I guess he's got to retire because of these concussions. He's had less concussions in his entire career than Aaron Rodgers had in his first season. Troy Aikman had a couple of games where he got multiple concussions in a single game. So like, yeah, obviously brain damage isn't good and it's not something that you're going to root for, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of his career. He can move past that.
Mm-hmm.
But what would be retarded would be to make to put it at risk for no reason. If he can go out there and play and he does a great job and he can do it safely, fantastic. But the whole reason he ended up in this situation in the first place is because he was trying to make a play in a high-stakes game. The pressure's off. The team isn't going fucking anywhere. Just do your best. Because the minute he starts playing in a high-stakes game to try to make the playoffs again, he's gonna take another dive head first. That's what I don't want to see. But I'm not going to complain about his contract anymore because holy fuck, I've seen the difference between when he's playing and when he's not. He is not the problem.
Oh shit. Donald Trump has now tried Prime. It's official.
The drink?
Yes. I just sent you a clip.
Okay, I'll check it out. I thought you meant Amazon Prime at first.
Mm-hmm.
I actually love that clip. He's like, remember when the blacks used to work? Sometimes they even worked for free. Man, that was amazing.
I'll get you a job at Radio Shack.
So they gave us a free dinner at work today, and it was basically prison chow, but it was free, so I'm like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely shows how far we've fallen because it's a big event, is why they're giving us the free food.
Right.
The last time we had a big event, they got us Costco pizza.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they got so many that we could pretty much all take our own pizza home if we wanted.
Well, that
This time
Costco
it's-
pizza's hella cheap, so that's the right move.
Not only-
and it's good.
Not only that, but like, they don't have to pay for it themselves. They have an Amazon corporate credit card they can use.
Yeah.
Which means it's a business expense tax write-off for Amazon. They should be wanting to get everybody at least 5 pizzas an employee. Like,
Mm-hmm.
What now?
Who fucking cares? But they can't do that anymore for some reason. They're not allowed to get actual food from places. So instead, they get us this prison food. Oh my god.
Wife slop.
Bro, wife slop would have been an improvement.
Can we talk?
This was dog chow. Oh, nice. He grabbed the good flavor, too.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he would because it's the red, white, and blue colored label.
Yeah.
And it tastes like the Rocket Pops from back in the day.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, that's the best flavor. Damn, he drank like the whole thing.
What, tall people? Go ahead, say it. The blacks.
Remember when they used to work? Are you still a fan of Mike McDaniel's next? Now, look, he's a much better coach than we've had in a very long time. I think he's been struggling this year because I think the offensive schemes that he was using last year had been figured out, and it's taken him a long time to adjust. But at the same time, he underwent a hell of a fucking moment of difficulty this season, losing Tua. So. You know, everyone's sitting here and they're trying to figure out all these different problems. They're like, what do the Dolphins need to blah, blah, blah? And it's like, dude, it's simple. Like, half the fucking team, almost all the defense, left in free agency. So with a heavily depleted team, and now we're having what is essentially, Mike McDaniel, people are starting to watch a lot more film and they're figuring his schemes out, so he's got to come up with new things. So, he's in the process of doing that, and then Tua gets injured. Like, there is not a team in the NFL that would manage to somehow miraculously survive under the situations that the Dolphins have had to go through this season. If you lose half your team, including almost all of your defense in free agency, if your starting quarterback gets injured and misses like 5 games, and then on top of that, your coach has to redraw a lot of his schemes because they've been figured out. What team, under those exact same circumstances, would be above 500 right now?
The Chiefs, because of their devil magic.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, that and Andy Reid would never be able to get figured out because...
He is the greatest.
Yes, he's just an enigma.
So, according to this tweet I just saw, I don't know if this is true or not, but Rachel Maddow makes $30 million a year. There's no way...
Not for long.
Yeah, there's no way that's holding.
Not for fucking long. If her ratings have cratered to that extent, she's not even the highest rated show on MSNBC anymore. At least not since the election. So yeah, that's not gonna stay.
Yeah. And apparently her show is only on 1 day a week. Which,
wow.
You're getting 52 shows a year out of someone you're paying 30. How was that ever worth it? Even when the ratings were good. Like, to my
that makes
recollection,
things even worse.
When Tucker was on Fox, he would go on 5 nights a week, right?
I thought he was on every day.
He might have been.
Well, maybe some of those airings were reruns, and it was just 5 new episodes a week.
Hmm. But yeah, I was telling my mom about the Chris Wallace stuff we were talking about the other day. 7 million to 200,000.
Then
Yeah. I do think Kornacki's actually pretty good, Austin. at breaking down election data. The MSNBC guy is actually pretty decent for that. John King is the best one, though. The CNN guy, he's really good, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's a bloodbath for the liberal media right now. That's why they're running scared and in a shambles.
Man, it would be so fucking nice if the Democrats actually run Kamala in 4 years.
That would be so funny. It's a layup. It's a free win.
I refuse to believe they would even consider that, but man.
However,
Hold on.
no. That's... But...
Yeah, Buttigieg would be terrible. Like, and Newsom would be terrible. AOC would be terrible. If they want to win, it's got to be somebody like Josh Shapiro or Andy Bashir. Those would be the guys that I would be looking at to run right now. Maybe there's going to be somebody who pops up in the next couple years, but those would be the guys.
Because I don't hold it over your head. I'm just making fun of you, but I don't think less of you for it. You were young and you got taken in. You're not the first. You won't be the last.
Mm-hmm.
First time I ever voted for president, I didn't vote for any of the major candidates. I wrote in Ron Paul. And I still love Ron Paul, but at the point I'm at in my life, I'm like, man, if I could do it over again, I just wrote in Hitler.
I found a way to change. Surely they too.
Just fuck them all, man. Fuck them all.
My thanks.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Let's go.
What is the charge? Preparing a meal? A succulent crockpot meal?
Based. Not voting Democrat for a long time. Good. Those people are scum. I love how deranged the pictures of Guy Slop are. Like I think that's fucking pickles
Mm-hmm.
in a bowl of Fruit Loops with milk, and he covered a banana with ketchup.
What now?
That admittedly is pretty on brand. I would never do anything like that. I think that's gross. But I think there are guys out there that would do stuff like that.
All right then.
All right.
Now.
Mister. Mister. Yeah.
Aha!
Really?
Mm-hmm. Genius.
Mm. People are freaking the fuck out about Joe Scarborough meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. People are pissed. This is hilarious.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh-ho!
Bro, this is based. I'm about to send you something.
I don't even know what foid means. What's the origin of that? That's a new one to me.
Oh, it's the evolution of incel slang. I remember this from way back in the day with brain cells. Remember how hilarious that shit was?
Oh, yeah.
So many great memes from there. So, it started out as femoid. Femoid.
Okay.
Which was a corruption of female to dehumanize them more. So then it went from femoid to just the shortened foid, because it's one syllable.
Right.
Now then.
That's pretty funny.
Wow.
Austin, I mean, obviously it's up for debate. I don't think there are never Trump conservatives anymore. I think every never Trump conservative is just a Democrat now. Like, because Trump is the Republican Party.
Yes.
I don't think never Trump conservative is much of a thing anymore, especially if you voted for Kamala.
Right. It's very important to keep in mind the people who came out as not just never Trump conservatives, but people who have been known to be Republicans in the past and came out to support Kamala. It's almost guaranteed that they're gonna become Democrats officially down the line. Like Liz Cheney is a great example.
Mm-hmm.
Huge scumbag, but she has no path to continuing to have a political career whatsoever with the Republican Party. She has to switch parties if she wants to have any chance of winning ever again. And more importantly, is who you didn't see, even though they probably privately voted for Kamala and don't like Trump at all. The people that you did not see endorsing Kamala. People like George W. Bush. Even though privately he probably voted for Kamala, he did not publicly endorse her or say anything supporting her at all. He just stayed out of the whole thing.
Yeah, Mitt Romney is a never Trump conservative, I guess. I would go so far as to say that. That's probably a pretty good example of one. But that is not something you see in the general populace, right? There are no Rick Wilsons in the in the general population.
Right.
You see Rick Wilson out there and you're like, "Oh, here's this guy who's like this." There must be 5 million people like him in the electorate. This must be representative of something. But it's not the case. Like, if never Trumpers were a thing the way they think, then Kamala would have gotten way more than 5% of the Republican vote.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Huh? You all.
Oh.
Oh, good.
I don't know. There seems to be some people have this belief that the parties have flipped in the last 10 years, where Democrats are more like Republicans from 20 years ago, and like you now have to switch sides
Yeah.
if you want to stay
That
ideologically the
right.
same, but not really.
Yes, exactly like you're saying, not really. They're hoping that that works. Like dumbass midwits would fall for that shit because that would actually increase the votes for Democrats if they fell for it. But here's the thing: there is a party realignment taking place because the Democrats have cast out centrists, they have cast out moderates, they have cast out anyone who is not ideologically pure and extremely far left, which is why they got blown the fuck out here. Um, so the realignment is just that a lot of people are now considering themselves conservative who never would have before. But that doesn't mean that the parties are switching or that people's policies are changing.
Yeah. Like,
You know.
I remember on the night of the RNC, there were people unironically tweeting, JD Vance has more in common on economics with Elizabeth Warren than Ronald Reagan. Like, actually saying that JD Vance is a socialist on fiscal issues, and that Kamala is more in line with, like, fiscal conservatism. And, I mean, look, JD Vance and Ronald Reagan don't really have a lot in common on their policy, I agree. But that's because he embraces economic populism in a way that Republicans used to almost never do. I don't really consider that to be a thing where their philosophies are changing. They're just trying to make their philosophies work for a different group of people.
Really amazing.
Thank you. Oh, yay.
My God.
By the way,
So I'm reading about this crazed lunatic Arab who went on a monstrous stabbing spree in New York City. He had 8 prior arrests in New York, 7 prior felony charges in New York. He was released exactly 1 month ago. The day of this spree, he was rearrested that day and then released. And then in broad daylight, he straight up fucking murdered 3 people.
It's also tiresome.
Now, like, check this out. He literally just walked this route and just fucking started stabbing people. You got 3 people before he was arrested, and it's like, this guy, like, holy fuck. He should have been in jail for life already years ago.
Or in an insane asylum, I guess, because he's clearly not well. Or fucking dead or something.
Exactly. This is why the Daniel Penny case that's ongoing right now is so important. Because when it comes right down to it, when you see someone who's very obviously mentally ill, and they literally start threatening the physical safety of everybody around them, you can feel pity for a person who has gone so far astray and has lost their minds. You can feel pity and empathy for them and wish that there was a way for them to be better. But for the love of fuck, just kill them. Kill them before they hurt somebody. You know?
I'm just
All right.
incredulous.
I don't know if Reagan would be considered a rhino now, Austin, but I will say that Reagan, if he was like put in a time machine and brought to modern day, would not be able to win a national election. I don't think he would be all that popular at this point. I don't think his policies
More than
would
likely.
work.
I personally would want to believe that Reagan would be happy with the direction that Trump is taking things. I think he'd be happy that Trump is president. And I think he would be horrified to see the negative effects of certain things that he did while he was in office and the extraordinary damage that it did to the right wing in the country. But I would not want to sit there and say that he's a rhino, because while he did do some very fucked up things, like he bears a heavy burden of responsibility for a lot of really bad things that happened. I don't want to say that that makes you a rhino because you thought you were doing the right thing, but it just turned out that you were horribly wrong. What makes you a rhino is when you did exactly what you intended to do, knowing full well what was going to happen as a result of you doing that. You just ran on, like McCain's a rhino because he literally ran for re-election and won on a platform of repealing Obamacare, and then cast the deciding vote to not repeal Obamacare in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like, oh, well, I thought I was doing the right thing and I was just mistaken about what would happen. No, you knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. You're a piece of shit. That's the rhino.
Greetings.
And then,
Thank goodness. Ridiculous.
Mm.
that I can actually understand what the hell that means.
Yes.
And in the Marines, they have that mindset. Every Marine's a rifleman first, which means that it doesn't matter if you're in the infantry or not. You receive a minimum amount of training in marksmanship and boot camp.
Right.
So, if you are a Marine, but you did not go to infantry school, which means you had literally any other job except for being in the infantry, you are still referred to as provisional infantry. So I wanted to explain that to explain, so you'd be able to understand it better. So listen to this shit. Male provisional infantry, those with no formal 03XX, which is the MOS category for infantry school training, had higher hit percentages than 0311 school trained females, which means the females who went through infantry school to train specifically as riflemen had lower scores than the provisional infantry. And then they show the actual comparison. The M4, that's a shortened version of the M16. So it's a lot more akin to modern AR-15s than the M16 is, which is much longer.
It'll be fine.
So the hit percentages on a target among male provisional infantry was 44%. Among infantry school trained women, 28%. So 44% hit percentage to 28%. Now, using an actual M16, which because it's longer and it's also heavier, male provisional infantry hit percentage 26%. Among infantry school trained women, 15%.
I find myself wanting to believe you. Hear me.
That is horrifyingly bad.
Makes sense. I mean, I buy it.
Well, well, well. Good grief.
Just excruciating.
Uh, Hello, America. I'm going to be the money president.
That's good stuff. What's her favorite TV series? Deep Space Nine. Isn't Kai Wynn the greatest? Oh yeah, she's awesome. You foster parents to death. Oh god. Since you haven't watched Deep Space Nine very much, I don't know if you get that joke. Do you?
I have because I've seen in-depth video review of Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
I don't know it super
Yeah,
well, but I do know.
Kai Wynn, funnily enough, the actress who played her is the same actress who played Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh yeah.
She basically plays the exact same character. Just imagine that she's, space alien.
Okay.
And her name isn't Kai. Her title is Kai. She's basically the Pope for her race of people.
What did you do?
I like that caption because of how ridiculous that is. That's funny.
Man. We all have that friend who thinks that it works like that.
Mother!
I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
They actually think that's how it works.
Yeah, I got the chance to look at the books a couple of times when I was working at the gas station because my manager was showing me because I had an interest in, that aspect of the business and everything. And at that gas station, the revenues were well over $1 million a year. But here's a problem. That was just because we're selling fucking gasoline.
Right.
And, we sold it like gangbusters. But the thing is that we're not making the money from selling the gasoline. We get that from the corporation. The corporation sends us the gasoline. That's the whole reason that store exists. Is because the corporation propped us up so that we could sell their gasoline and give them the money for it. We don't even get a percentage of that shit. The reason we're there to make money is because people come inside the store and then they buy cigarettes and they buy snacks and they buy beer. That was where the money was actually coming from. And let me tell you, that was way the fuck less than $1 million. So it's like any time you actually have a business that's taking in that kind of revenue, it is not going to the fucking piddly little people that work there. It's going straight back to the corporation.
I'm sorry.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What should we do?
Oi there!
Well met, eh?
All right then.
Wonderful.
All right.
I don't know how much you keep up on this stuff. You know more about it than I do. But to your knowledge, does Destiny use drugs? Is he a drug user? Naxi there?
What's up? Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I was asking if you knew. Does Destiny do drugs?
Um, I'm like 99.999% sure that he's on Adderall and probably takes way too much of it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if he was doing coke because he's talked about it, quote unquote, jokingly a number of times before. I doubt you joke that many times about something that you're not actually doing. Like imagine for the sake of argument that a guy made a joke about blowing a car apart every day for
Mhm.
like 3 months.
Right.
What now?
At that point, you'd be like, "Bro, is this something you want to tell me?" Like,
Mhm.
these aren't jokes, man. This is your like, what the fuck,
All
man?
right.
Because I was watching a little bit of his election stream, and I swear he must be on drugs. The way how fast he talks, and how
I
much he
wouldn't be
jumps from
surprised.
one thing to another thing. He sounds like he's on drugs.
Wonderful.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I was
Yeah.
asking.
That's right.
Wonderful.
All right. Really? All right. Hmm?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
How does this make you feel? I'm going to send you something here.
I believe it. What?
Oh, Jesus.
Basically,
That's really not. Yeah.
this guy who runs this Twitter account was sent to prison because he was doing gene editing on embryos to make them immune to HIV. So he actually went to prison over it. It sparked a debate on the morality of such an action.
Yeah, because you can easily sit there and be like, well, making it so that a baby is impervious to a really bad disease, how could that possibly be wrong? And it's all like, first of all, you don't know the long-term implications of literally altering human genes. That could result in catastrophic species extinction level events. Like, you don't know the long-term impact of doing that kind of thing. To me, the most important line in Jurassic Park is you were so concerned about whether or not you could, you never stopped to ask if you should.
Right.
So that's just one component to think of there. The second is that, of course, everyone's going to be thinking about how do we prevent awful diseases, but it's real fucking easy after that to do incredibly heinous, extremely morally objectionable things. To sit there and be like, well, you know what? I have every intention of molesting my daughter, so I want her to. I want the gene therapy to make sure that she's got huge cans. What the fuck? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But like it goes through a guy's head, he doesn't say it out loud, and then sit there and think what? Like, well, weird flex, but okay. As long as you got the money, you don't see a problem with that. Like, Jesus Christ. You could really easily do a lot of insanely fucked up shit with that stuff.
Nay. Still, though. Got to say,
Hey,
What? True. For myself. Don't worry your head. I'll do anything.
Be right back. Alright, guys, we are back.
It's after midnight already.
Yeah, I'm only going to be here for a little bit longer.
Hey up! Don't you worry. Well...
Jesus.
Wow, what's up?
Look at this picture.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. I was reading that thread. Apparently everyone survived with minor injuries at worst.
So it wasn't like a missile, it was just a...
No, it was a missile. It's just
My thanks.
they all survived with just minor injuries.
What a shitty missile.
Yeah. Warfare is crazy, man.
That must be the worst
Sometimes
missile ever.
guys die. Right. Sometimes guys die from the most ridiculous shit, and sometimes it's a horrifying weapon that's supposed to just obliterate everything
All right then.
is a complete fucking dud. But yeah, watching Ukraine war footage, bro, I don't want that in my home.
Really?
So people who are like, we need a civil war, I'm like, dude, no, please, no. Like anything but that.
We'll face danger here.
The only way war is the answer is if every other option has been tried and
Which one?
sadly failed.
Let's see.
I don't know if our country would be able to come back from having a war
Let's move.
with modern technology. Because it was tough enough to come back from 150 years ago.
Very true.
All right then.
Someone would probably take the opportunity to attack, honestly.
Let's go.
Ridiculous.
Well, I don't think he's going to get that far there, Austin. But one thing that I do think is an interesting thing to contemplate is how... Excuse me. Like McDonald's in America are much less healthy for you than like a McDonald's in the UK or in Australia. And, you know, our Coke is more unhealthy than
Yeah.
Coke in Mexico or Asia or whatever.
Right. And see, the mistake that people constantly make is that they hear that something is more unhealthy, and they'll like, that doesn't fucking matter, because, like a Mexican Coke, it uses cane sugar. And look, drinking cane sugar is not good for you. But high fructose corn syrup is way fucking worse for you than sugar is. The whole point is that this stuff is supposed to be enjoyed in moderation, not drank by the gallon every single day of your life. But if you're gonna do that kind of shit, not drink by the gallon every single day of your life, but when you do drink it, when you enjoy it responsibly and in moderation, cane sugar is way better for your body than high fructose corn syrup, because your body's actually designed to digest that. High fructose corn syrup is poison. And it's the same with a million other fucking things. It's like, look, eating a bowl of Fruit Loops is not the most healthy choice that you could think of. Yeah. However, the Fruit Loops in Canada are colored using things like blueberries and carrots. So, it comes from actual fruits and vegetables to use that coloring to color the Fruit Loops. But here in America, they used artificial dyes because it's cheaper, but those dyes are the byproduct of industrial waste. Ordinary links to causing cancer, diabetes, cancer. I already said cancer, sorry. Alzheimer's. Just about every bad thing you can think of. Because the shit is poison. You're literally putting industrial waste into your body. It's not something that your body was designed to digest. That's the difference. It's like, look, you shouldn't be eating a box full of Fruit Loops every single day of your life. You shouldn't be drinking a gallon of Coke every single day of your life. You shouldn't be scarfing down, 3,000 calories worth of McDonald's every single day of your life. But if you were going to enjoy these things, it's way better to be using the actual natural fucking ingredients and not this insane bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Now then.
Grand, isn't it?
All right then.
All right.
Really?
All right.
Just eat that. You.
So a lot of people have been bitching lately about how you're not seeing Trump and JD Vance together. Trump's hanging out with like Elon and RFK and
Right.
But somebody pointed out that there's a very good reason why the president and vice president elect should not be in the same place right now.
Well, aside from the fact, that I'm reasonably sure you're going to bring up the danger of another assassination attempt, especially considering what's happened in the last fucking... Jesus Christ, it was only 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Number one, that. But number two, and this is a pretty big one, J.D. Vance is actively a United States Senator. So, even though he's not going to be on January 20th and will instead become Vice President of the United States,
What?
he still has the job as Senator of the United States. representing the state of Ohio.
Mhm.
So he's just a little bit busy, you know. And Donald Trump, of course, obviously is also busy, but Trump has the opportunity to be able to do the things that he has been doing, whereas J.D. Vance is not, you know. Because, yeah, Trump is seen, you know, hanging out with all these different people with Elon and everything, but they're hanging out at Mar-a-Lago where he's receiving foreign heads of state. You know, they're hanging out with Javier Milei, the fucking leader of Argentina. You know, it's not like he's just bullshitting and hanging with the boys. The boys just happen to be, you know, the entirety of the incoming administration. Like, it's pretty funny because I saw a guy on Twitter earlier today. He was saying some dumb shit. He was like, "Hey, assholes, Elon is an unelected bureaucrat. Isn't this the stuff that you're supposed to hate?" And it's like, you realize that Trump literally campaigned on making Elon Musk part of the government, so people who voted for Trump implicitly voted to make Elon part of the government? You can't sit there and advertise one of your cabinet picks and say that you're going to give this guy a ton of responsibility, and then say that people were blindsided by voting for you, that suddenly this guy's part of your administration.
You get it, right? As it is.
Hang on.
What are you after? In any case.
Well, Austin, the difference between USA Coke and Mexico Coke is not that they're made with, you know, different secret recipes. It's the exact same shit. It's just that here in America we use high fructose corn syrup because it's cheaper than sugar, and in Mexico they use pure cane sugar because that's what they have access to. You know, so the extent of what you're describing would be an alternative in the sense of, like, if people wanted the high fructose corn syrup, and by all means, if they literally deliberately wanted to buy that crap, I mean, I guess, but Coke is the exact same across the entire planet. The difference is just what they use to sweeten it.
I think to prefer high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar, you have to basically have been so conditioned to slop.
Yes.
You there.
Yeah, preferring it is essentially you're an addict, and you understand that.
You're basically saying you'd rather eat a hamburger than a steak.
Yeah.
Wait. Huh? Out with it.
It can't be.
Really? How nice!
Enough. Hmm.
Oh man, that's the definition of horse shit. So the guy's talking about he was in the military and he got busted for some bullshit. He gets kicked out of the military, so he posts a photocopy of his DD-214, which is the paperwork document that
Nonetheless.
regardless of how you left the military, the 214 describes how you left.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, Congress has said the military needs to show evidence that they're cracking down on sexual harassment in the military. I told a female soldier who was late to work to do push-ups. She made up a story about how I only did it to watch her tits. They kicked me out because I harassed her. Congress demands action, so unit level commanders are kicking people out left and right for dumb shit to make it look like they're doing something. So
That's why.
on his DD-214, it says a reason for separation: pattern of misconduct. But keep in mind, they're putting in the paperwork that he is being discharged from the military for sexual misconduct. The reason that's ridiculous is because they put down character of service, which is the type of discharge this is, honorable discharge. Highest quality discharge they can give you. Literally using the words honorable when you get kicked out for sexual harassment? That tells you that it's complete bullshit, because if it was legitimate, it's, at the absolute least, other than honorable. And if there was any real legitimate potential criminal concern there, it would be a dishonorable discharge. But to call it an honorable discharge when they're kicking you out and the stated reason is for sexual misconduct, that's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Sorry. I'm just over here unlocking Ultra Misogyn Instinct.
You're good. Fine.
That there? Now that is a menacing sky.
What are you pining for?
I mean, I do the same shit. Another guy's telling the story. He's like, I was in the Navy. Part of my job was to qualify the crew on so the M2. That's the gigantic 50 cal that we've been using since World War One.
Mm-hmm.
And the M240B, which is the standard issue squad machine gun used in infantry squads today. So he says, not a single female could load either one because they didn't have the arm strength. So I failed every single female because they couldn't load them. I get ordered to qualify them anyway, so I round them all up and I tell them that in the unlikely event of a boarding party to stay the fuck below deck and let the men handle it. Next day, I'm relieved of duty and demoted. Oh man, that's funny.
Now then.
Funny in the grim sense of, man, I
Yeah.
can't believe this is our military. Hopefully Hegseth fucking sorts this shit out, because Jesus Christ. That was my first huge disappointment that I had with Mattis, because when Trump got elected, that's when they were first starting to consider putting women in infantry positions, and Mattis was grilled during his confirmation hearings, will you oppose the attempt to allow women into the combat branches? And he said, look, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the military's combat readiness is not affected. If that means that women shouldn't be approved for combat service, then they won't be. But if they can handle it without, the typical cockamamie bullshit. I thought, because I believed in, the memes, that Mattis was going to sort this shit out, but he didn't. So I'm all like, we desperately need to get broads out of the combat services. This is excruciating. It's bad stuff.
Remember the clip of the female soldier carrying like a bag full of whatever, and she tries to sling it over her shoulder, and the
Oh
momentum
yeah,
completely flips her in the air?
because it's heavier than she is, and it's all like, this is hilarious. But this is the kind of shit that you sit there and you're like, okay, now imagine that people are shooting at her while all this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like, this isn't the fucking Keystone Cops, guys. Like, this is the actual real life, no bullshit United States military. This is supposed to be a war fighting organization, not whatever the fuck this is.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Let's go.
Looks like
Yeah, I saw that big country.
Now then. Here we are then.
You see this balloon? You don't get this.
What now? What now?
Alright, guys. That's going to do it for tonight. I'll see you guys in the morning. Everyone, have a good rest of your night.